In the depths of our homes, beneath the floorboards and behind closed doors, lie secrets that have remained hidden for years. Welcome back, dear viewers, to another journey into the shadows. Tonight, we descend into the chilling realm of basements, where whispers of forgotten tales and concealed mysteries echo through the darkness. So, gather your courage as we explore 3 dark basement secrets. But remember, what you uncover might just haunt your thoughts long after the night is over. Secret number 1. Secrets beneath the stairs. Amidst the quaint charm of an old Victorian house, hidden beneath the creaking floorboards and within the shadows of a forgotten corner, lay a secret that had been buried for generations. The house had stood for decades, its history woven into the tapestry of time. But there was one place that held a mystery, too unsettling to be ignored: the basement stairs. For years, the inhabitants of the house had avoided the stairs, a subtle fear gnawing at their hearts. Whispers of odd noises and eerie sensations echoed through the walls, a constant reminder of the enigma that lay hidden. Few dared to venture near, and even fewer dared to descend. One stormy night, curiosity got the better of Sarah, the current occupant of the house. Armed with a flickering candle, she made her way to the basement. The air grew cooler, and a chill ran down her spine as she reached the stairs. The steps seemed to lead into the abyss, inviting her to uncover the truth that had eluded so many before her. With each creak of the steps, the atmosphere grew heavier, laden with the weight of anticipation. As Sarah reached the bottom, her candle's feeble light revealed a small wooden door, barely noticeable amidst the shadows. Heart pounding, she reached for the doorknob and turned it. Behind the door lay a chamber frozen in time, a room untouched by the passing years. Dust danced in the air, and the walls seemed to whisper secrets to one another. Amidst the silence, Sarah noticed an old journal resting on a dusty shelf. Its pages were filled with handwritten entries, each inked with stories of joy, despair, and the inexplicable. As she read through the journal, Sarah discovered that the room had once been a sanctuary for the house's original owner, a place to escape the pressures of the world. But the entries grew darker, detailing encounters with an entity that defied explanation. Strange occurrences, unexplained noises, and glimpses of a shadowy figure haunted the owner's nights. It was in the final entry that the truth emerged, a pact made with a malevolent force in exchange for power and wealth. The pact had bound the owner's fate to the house, an eternal guardian tasked with keeping the secret hidden. The entity, once benevolent, had grown twisted, feeding on fear and despair. As Sarah absorbed the journal's revelations, a chill breeze swept through the room, extinguishing her candle. Darkness enveloped her, and a voice, an otherworldly whisper, caressed her ears. It was a voice that spoke of regret, of the owner's desperate plea for release from the curse that had consumed them. With a resolve born from fear and determination, Sarah made a decision that would change the course of the house's history. She vowed to break the curse, to free the tormented soul that lingered within the shadows. Armed with a newfound purpose, she sought ancient rituals and incantations, drawing on forgotten knowledge to confront the malevolent entity. As the moon hung high in the sky, Sarah returned to the basement, armed with incense and symbols of protection. With every word spoken, every step taken, the darkness shuddered, resisting the light that she brought. But she persevered, fueled by the memory of the owner's plea for redemption. In a crescendo of incantations and a blaze of light, the curse shattered, releasing a surge of energy that rushed through the house. As the last echoes of the ritual faded, Sarah felt a profound stillness, a sense of closure that hung in the air. The stairs that had once held secrets now stood as a testament to bravery and liberation. The house seemed to sigh in relief, its history rewritten by Sarah's determination. And as dawn broke, the sun's rays cast a warm embrace upon the old Victorian house, illuminating its newfound freedom from the shadows. Secret number 2, Whispers in the Cellar. In the heart of an ancient mansion, hidden below the main living areas, lay a cellar that bore witness to secrets of a bygone era. The mansion had once been a grand estate, but as time passed, its splendor faded and its stories became whispers carried by the wind. The cellar was a labyrinth of cobweb-covered corridors and dimly lit chambers. The air was thick with the scent of dampness and age, and an eerie hush hung in the atmosphere. Those who dared to venture into its depths often spoke of faint whispers that seemed to emanate from the very walls, the cellar's hidden inhabitants yearning to share their untold tales. Emily, a history enthusiast, had always been drawn to the mansion's mystique. One day, armed with a flashlight and her curiosity, she descended into the cellar, determined to uncover the stories that lingered in the shadows. The whispers grew more pronounced as she wandered deeper, guiding her toward a forgotten chamber at the end of a narrow corridor. Inside the chamber, Emily discovered a collection of old letters, their parchment yellowed with time. As she read the letters, she pieced together a narrative that spanned generations. The mansion had been witness to forbidden love, clandestine meetings, and dreams that were both shattered and realized. One letter in particular spoke of a love affair between the daughter of the mansion's owner and a servant, a romance that defied social boundaries and ignited scandal. Their whispered conversations in the cellar had been the only refuge for their affection, their words shared in the shadows as they dreamt of a future together. But as Emily delved deeper into the letters, a sense of tragedy emerged. The romance had been discovered, and the lovers were torn apart. The servant vanished, leaving behind only a trail of heartache and unanswered questions. The daughter, heartbroken, had penned her emotions in letters that she never intended to be read. The whispers in the cellar grew more urgent as Emily uncovered the story. She sensed a longing, a desire for closure, that seemed to emanate from the very walls. Determined to bring peace to the restless spirits, she embarked on a quest to find the descendants of the forbidden lovers. To reveal the truth that had been hidden for so long, her journey led her through archives, dusty records, and hidden family histories. Emily's dedication to uncovering the truth was met with skepticism and resistance, but she persisted, driven by a connection to the past and a sense of responsibility to the voices that whispered in the cellar. Finally, after months of research and determination, Emily traced the lineage to a distant relative of the forbidden lovers. With trepidation, she reached out and shared her findings. The relative, though initially skeptical, agreed to meet and hear the story that had been concealed for generations. As Emily shared her discoveries, the cellar's whispers seemed to grow still, as if the spirits themselves held their breath. The relative's eyes filled with tears as the truth unfolded, the tale of love, loss, and the hidden bond that had endured through time. In that moment, Emily felt a profound sense of closure, a connection that spanned the years and united the past with the present. The whispers, once filled with yearning, now seemed to carry a gentle gratitude, a sense of release that hung in the air. Emily left the cellar with a heart full of fulfillment, knowing that the untold story had finally found its way into the light. The mansion, once haunted by the weight of its secrets, seemed to exhale as its hidden history was acknowledged and honored. And as Emily stepped into the daylight, she carried with her not only the memories of the past, but a reminder that even the faintest whispers can change the course of lives. Secret number 3. The unwelcoming home. Nestled at the edge of a quiet town, shrouded in an aura of foreboding, stood a house that exuded an air of unease, with its windows like darkened eyes and its walls seemingly absorbed in perpetual shadow. It was a residence that locals whispered about in hushed tones. The tale of the unwelcoming home was one that generations had passed down, a narrative that dared those who heard it to challenge the house's chilling reputation. Sarah, a journalist drawn to the mysteries of the unknown, arrived at the town with an intent to uncover the truth behind the stories. Armed with her determination and a notebook, she set out to investigate the house that seemed to cast a pall over the entire neighborhood. The stories were unsettling, a history of strange occurrences, abrupt disappearances, and a sense of malevolence that seemed to emanate from within. As Sarah approached the house, she felt an inexplicable chill, as though the very air rejected her presence. The front door creaked open reluctantly, as if allowing entry begrudgingly. Inside, the atmosphere was heavy, and an eerie silence settled around her, broken only by the distant ticking of a long-neglected clock. Room by room, Sarah explored the house, documenting the oppressive ambiance and capturing the unsettling details that clung to the walls. She felt watched. As if unseen eyes followed her every move, her steps echoed through the empty corridors, and her breath seemed to hang in the air, as though absorbed by the house itself. In the basement, Sarah discovered a hidden room, its walls adorned with symbols and writings that seemed to have been etched in haste. The air grew colder, and whispers seemed to dance on the edges of her perception. It was as if the house itself yearned to share its story, a tale of anguish, regret, and the restless spirits trapped within its walls. As she delved deeper into her investigation, Sarah encountered townspeople who had crossed paths with the house. Their stories were fragments of terror, of seeing shadowy figures move behind windows, of unexplained footsteps echoing in the dead of night, and of an unshakable feeling that the house itself was a sentient entity with a malevolent agenda. Driven by a combination of journalistic curiosity and a desire to uncover the truth, Sarah began to piece together the threads of the house's history. She discovered that the house had once been a haven for a secretive cult, practitioners of forbidden rituals that invited forces beyond human comprehension. The house itself had become a vessel, a conduit for energies that defied explanation. With each revelation, the sense of unease deepened. Sarah's nights were filled with dreams, or perhaps nightmares, of faceless figures and indistinct whispers that seemed to seep into her very consciousness. She found herself haunted by the history she was unearthing, a history that extended tendrils into her own reality. As Sarah's investigation reached its zenith, she found herself standing before the house one fateful night. The moon hung low in the sky, casting an eerie glow on the building's facade. Her determination was matched by a gnawing fear, a fear that had taken root in her heart since the moment she had crossed the threshold. With a deep breath, she entered the house one final time, guided by an instinct that urged her to confront the malevolence that lingered within. The air was charged with an energy that seemed to pulse with each heartbeat, as if the house itself sensed her presence and awaited her decision. In a dimly lit room, Sarah uncovered an ancient tome, a record of the cult's rituals and their attempts to harness forbidden powers. It was a chronicle of darkness, a testament to the extent that human desperation could drive individuals to unleash horrors upon the world. As Sarah read the words, a chilling realization washed over her. The house was not merely a vessel, it was a sentient entity, a malevolent force that had been awakened by the cult's rituals and had fed on the fear, despair, and suffering that it had sown ever since. In a daring act of defiance, Sarah took the tome and began to read aloud from its pages, reciting incantations of her own design. Her words were infused with determination and a plea for redemption, as she attempted to counter the darkness that had festered within the house for generations. With each uttered word, the air crackled with energy, and the house seemed to tremble as if in protest. Shadows twisted and contorted, and Sarah felt a surge of resistance, a force that sought to extinguish the light she was trying to ignite. But she persisted, drawing on her resolve and a belief in the power of her intention. The room filled with a blinding light, banishing the shadows and cleansing the air. As the last words left her lips, a deafening silence settled, an emptiness that seemed to stretch beyond the confines of the room. Sarah's heart pounded as she surveyed the room, a mixture of relief and uncertainty coursing through her veins. The house, once a vessel of malevolence, now seemed dormant, its energy subdued. Whether it was a victory or a temporary lull in the storm, Sarah couldn't be certain, but she left with a sense of accomplishment, a belief that even the darkest of forces could be confronted and challenged. As the final echoes of these chilling tales fade into the depths of your imagination, remember that sometimes the most haunting mysteries are those that lie just beyond the threshold of our understanding. The darkness may hold secrets that stir both fear and fascination, waiting for those daring enough to uncover them. But as you turn on the lights and step away from the shadows, take with you the knowledge that even in the face of the unknown, our curiosity can become a guiding light, whether it's the rustle of unseen figures or the whispers of forgotten histories. There's a certain allure in exploring the enigmatic and embracing the thrill of the eerie. So until next time, keep your doors locked and your candles burning, for the world of the mysterious and the macabre awaits those who dare to look deeper. Stay curious, stay cautious, and remember, the darkness may hold secrets, but so do you. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the realm of dark basement secrets. If you've relished the shivers and gasped at the unknown, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and share your own stories in the comments below. And as always, stay tuned for more spine-tingling tales that will keep you on the edge of your seat. From all of us here, until we meet again, sleep well and keep the lights on.